I love it when I have a new guest in the studio that I've not been in before. I mean, Brian Brough, I've spoken to you many times in the past in different guises. Jamie, I've not had you here in the studio before, and it's ace because we get quite relaxed and then forget that actually we have to go on air sometimes. Anyway, welcome. It's
Thank
lovely
you.
to have you two here, Brian and Jamie from Bad Acid. Not all of the group, obviously. We couldn't get you all in. Lee couldn't change his shifts, is that right?
That's right, yeah. Lee's hard at work. Yeah. He's he moves stones from one pile to another, doesn't he?
He does.
Are they really tiny ones, and does it take
ages?
They are. He's very meticulous about
he
them
is.
as well.
Yeah. So they're all arranged. A new ton square cube that weighs a ton will come in at the start of every working day, and he's got to move it 50 metres north.
Is that like chipping away? Is it?
No. He takes one stone at a time.
I really like that idea.
Yeah.
There's
God
something,
knows why.
Just it's a bit Buddhist, isn't it? I think he's probably.
And it's a living for him as well. It's an honest crust. So
does he get like halfpence per stone?
He's no. Well, he would have done, and then the union came in, and now he's getting a bit more
proper money now.
Yeah.
Half shillings.
So it's a shame that Lee's not here.
And
2 blackjacks and a fruit salad.
Yes,
pretty much. That's his favourite as well.
Yeah,
refresher.
Well, he's doing well for himself. Gosh, I mean, he doesn't need music, does he?
No, he's
Nope.
going
My
places.
word, he's made.
That's it.
I feel like we might need to find a new job.
Yeah.
Well, listen, because we've not spoken to you before on Sunday Soundtrack, I think what we should do is get you to give us a bit of background on Bad Acid then, because you've been together for a few years now. Tell us how you all came together.
You can start,
Go on, Jamie.
Well, it started off with me and Lee, the stone collector. This was about, was it 6-7 years ago?
I'd say about 5 years ago, I reckon, mate, 2014. You had your first gig, TT 2014, supporting Black Tambourines.
Black Tambourines, yeah. We had Jack Walter was our original drummer. Sorry, Brian. And me and Lee were really into a band called The Witches at the time, who were kind of like, I think it's called like doom rock. So we were kind of into that, which you can hear in the earlier stuff. And yeah, then I think Jack was moving away, wasn't he?
So Jack moved down to Brighton the same year that Lily was going to BIM University. And so I lived with Jack at the time. So I was living in the granny flat of Jack and Lily's parents' house, right next to the garage where the boys rehearsed. So then when they needed a drummer, I'd kind of learned all the songs by proxy because they were coming through the wall whilst me and Julie were trying to watch the telly. So I was the go-to guy, really.
He was actually in one of our original recordings as well.
Was I?
Freak Out the Freaks.
Was I?
In the breakdown, I think you were walking a dog, and all you can hear is like it was like rap. And it's just like, it's you shouting for a dog.
I thought I'd completely forgotten that I'd come in the studio and recorded something, but it was a cameo.
It was
unbeknownst to me.
You were not meant to be there.
I had an idea that maybe he was picked up through the wall while he was watching Crossroads or something. just hear him.
Turn it down. Turn this record down.
So it was sort of just a natural kind of move into the group then.
When I joined the band, Ben Jones, he had joined the band as well. So the band went from like sounding like this garage punk, kind of sleazy, sludgy, rock and roll type stuff to immediately becoming something completely different, which was more kind of electronic based. Ben Jones had all these like drum machines and synthesizers and what have you. So I feel like when I joined the band, we just went down that route straight away.
Yeah. You didn't even have time to kind of play the old stuff.
Yeah. No, I didn't really. But that was great because it was just as soon as I joined, we were just kind of starting again. And then, so that was like 2015. And then I said the start of 2017, Ben moved to Switzerland. He got himself a Swiss Miss. Swiss Miss, as you do. He moves over to Switzerland. And so then we started as a 3-piece again. And I thought it might be a bit of a return to like the old sound. But what happened was Ben left us one of his synthesizers. So that ended up sitting next to me at the kit. And then it just became something
You can't leave a synthesizer alone, can you?
Can't leave a synthesizer alone. No, I can't. So
it is something to behold, watching him, play drums, synth and sing at the same time. It is just ridiculous.
There's a bit of talent there, isn't
There is,
under that black hat.
Under that black hat.
Yeah, he's got
You can
some
only
talent.
you can only do it for so long though before you start to short circuit. So I can do it.
So you can
but,
only
like-
play 3 songs. That's it per gig. 3 songs.
Yeah, no, this
and
is
then-
it. No, I think it's up to like 5 minutes. You get 5 minutes, and then it can
Yeah,
start
can't-
going.
And then he starts steaming
it can
from
start
the ears.
going wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Cogs
how-
start to fall off.
So how would you think now? How would you describe your sound then?
Well, our silent leader, Lee Mitchell, came up with a perfect little pithy slogan for us, which is, let's try and say this without, it's a bit of a tongue twister as well, electric, eclectic, psychedelic, drone pop.
That's
And
Oh,
so that's
I like it.
that's how we describe our sound. That's how our glorious silent leader, Lee Mitchell, describes our sound. So we'll
Long
go
Go with that one.
Mhm,
Long
mhm.
may he reign.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you need to sort of shorten it, maybe half all the words, and then just jam them all
A
together into
lecca
one.
clec psych drone pop.
There you
A
go.
lecca clec psych drone pop.
I mean, that kind of works.
that
I
does
like
sound
that.
Yeah,
I
okay,
like
we'll
that.
work on that. We will put that in writing to our glorious silent leader, and we'll
sign
see
off.
what he says. Yeah, we'll put that before him.